Hey everyone, how's it going? Nate here from Octave Studios. I hope you've all had a good week. It's time for another tips and tricks video. This time I want to dive into something that I think will be very helpful for all of you that maybe want to get into doing vocal covers, and this might even work for those of you that do guitar covers. So I'm going to dive right on into it. So if you look here on the screen, I have my project for my Blood Eagle cover I did. There's a little bit of tweaking I did in here. A friend came over and was asking if I had parts where I did all the vocals, because I had partnered up with my buddy Kale from Paramnesia to do this. And so this one's just some of my vocal sessions in here. We have some of my cleans and all my screams in here. But if you look at how I have everything routed here, as you can see, I have my first vocal group here. We're just going to minimize it because you don't need to see that. And then my second vocal group here. And just to make it easier, I'm just going to quickly add scream, clean. And this right here was actually a video clip that he sent me that we don't need in this file anymore. Now, what I have here is like all my vocals are already mixed. I have the effects rendered on there, and they're all pumping into their vocal groups. But I also now have them sending to this track here, which has the vocal. So what I have on this track here as a sidechain is TDR Nova. This is a free plugin, by the way, so you can get this for free. And what I've done here is I set it up as a sidechain, as you can see right here. I'm analyzing my sidechain, and I've listened for where the vocals are in response to how my vocals are. And first, how you would do that is, let's just actually quickly destroy these two here so you can see what I do. So I'm going to click on here and move until you should see that little jack plug in there. I'm going to take it here. It's going to pop up, and generally when you're sending tracks like we probably did for your vocal tracks here, you'd send them in the 1-2 area because that's your main audio source. But here I just want it to activate at whenever the vocals are going on that track. So I'm going to set it to 3-4 instead. And that's going to be my sidechain. I'm going to do the same with my scream vocals, drag that over here, set up for sidechain. And now if we're lucky, we should be able to isolate where vocals are. And if you want to figure out how to do that, hit this band solo, and you can actually go and control which parameters you're going on. So we'll band solo what I did right here for vocal 2. Sending swiftly the burning stench of afterlife, no rays from... So that's really where I found a lot of body of my vocal was that could have come into the track, and that I wanted to take out of the track and isolate with Spencer's vocal to take his vocal out and put mine in over top. It doesn't completely remove the vocal, but it allows you to cut out in certain areas and compress in certain areas so that you can have yours more predominant and turn theirs into more of a backing layer that can maybe mildly be heard. But now let's see what I did here for the third one. Sending swiftly the burning stench of afterlife, no rays from heaven. So as you can see with that one, it's got a lot more of the high-end sibilance that is in there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly A/B this, and what you're going to notice, I hope, is how instead of having myself layered directly on top of Spencer's vocal, it's going to kind of move his vocal into the background and allow mine to take a bit more of the foreground. So just listen to this as I have it bypassed on and off to hear what this will actually do to help you just push your vocal a bit further in a track while taking away a little bit of the other vocal stuff that you want to cover without hindering the quality of the track that you're working on. Sing how they sing amongst the broken waves. From the cities drenched in blood. The Christians sing how they sing amongst the broken wings. A soul descending swiftly, the burning stench of afterlife. No rays from heaven, only high side. A soul descending swiftly. if you notice, it just kind of helps really put your vocal over top. That's just a quick little trick I wanted to show you for those of you that are maybe getting into vocal covers. This is basically what I do for most of my covers if I'm just doing a vocal cover. I imagine this would actually probably still work with guitar to a degree. You'd have to tweak it a bit to kind of hear where you'd want to make your adjustments, how big you'd want your bands. But if you're looking to do vocal covers, you're not sure how to cut out the vocal, don't worry about cutting out the vocal, just bring it down. It's good to have it as a thing to harmonize with. And if you do want to have a vocalist track, try to find a karaoke version or make it. It's really time consuming. That's why I don't do it often, but there are definitely ways that you can go and create your own instrumental track if you really want to try. So I hope that helps. Best of luck in trying to work with this plugin. Again, it is free. It's called TDR Nova by Tokyo Dawn Labs. It's I've been using it for about a year and a half now. It's actually pretty cool. I do need to specify I'm definitely not sponsored by Tokyo Dawn Labs either. I just find this plugin very handy. So if you do already do stuff like this, that's awesome. If you've already used this plugin before, leave a comment below and let me know what your experience with it has been, because I've kind of enjoyed the little different things you can do with it. I haven't bought the full version yet, but just for what I need, the free stock version is very handy. So try it out, and I'll see you guys next week.